A lot of people, when they hear about Service New South Wales, they hear about all the digital stuff and they hear about identity and digital licenses and all that kind of stuff. But what's most interesting to me about Service New South Wales was the way they went about it in the first instance had nothing to do with digital. Nothing. And what they knew that they needed, they wanted the experience of the government to be just as good as your favourite cafe or your favourite hotel, you know, a real personal, welcoming customer service, right? So what they said was, we're not just going to consolidate into a single front door, we're going to introduce a shift in culture. They said to all of the public servants, okay, no one's going to lose their job, but the shift here is we're going to introduce customer service as a culture. If that's not your jam, if you don't want to be on this journey, then we'll find other jobs for you. And a lot of people went into other parts of government. But that left gaps, and then they filled the gaps, and this was, I think, a stroke of genius, with hospitality workers. They basically said, we know that we want to retrain people on customer service, but we also want to create a bit of disruption to that culture. Let's hire in people from the hospitality sector so that customer service isn't just something people are taught, it's something that expert customer service people are standing side by side with them, and will shift that culture. So nowadays, when you walk into any Service New South Wales centre across the entire of the state, they all have this welcoming service with a smile. Welcome to Service New South Wales. How can I help you? Are you here to do this? Would you also like this? The shift in culture didn't just create a difference in the experience in the moment. It shifted their DNA of how they prioritise and operate. So they started having, for instance, a situation where people escaping, a difficult situation home, who would come in the front door and say, look, I didn't know where to go. I don't trust the police. What can I do? And rather than the traditional kind of government approach of, that's not my scope of work, so go somewhere else. Because of that customer obsession that they incorporated into the culture, they went, this is a customer need. How can we support this? So over time, they built, I think it's 1 or 2 people in every Service New South Wales centre is responsible for understanding and mapping out the social services in their area. They have a quiet room that if someone comes in that situation, they can immediately remove them and put them into a quiet, comfortable environment that they can talk to them privately about their situation. They then say, okay, let's find out if you're eligible for any funding. Okay, you paid for your license a week ago, but you're actually eligible under hardship to have a discount on that. So here's some money to put in your pocket so that you can actually go and pay somewhere. And by the way, you don't have any of your digital identity documents because you've run out of the house. Okay, let's do what we can. Okay, I'm confident enough that you're assured enough for me to be able to give you some support and some services. And by the way, here's a refuge down the town, a street that I know. I'm going to do a warm handoff so that you have the support. So the customer service culture that was incorporated didn't just drive a better experience in the moment. It then shifted the very DNA of service delivery in New South Wales.